By Hyundai, Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley, live to you from our homes here in Los Angeles. All right, it's time now for Darnell's question of the day. Darnell, take it away, homeboy.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about my guy, Peyton Manning, who just turned 44 today. Happy birthday. Everyone's been trying to hire the coach legend since he retired, but Peyton just turned down another job, saying no to Monday Night Football for the second year in a row. Last year, Peyton said he didn't want the job because Eli was still playing, but now Eli's retired, and he still turned it down. Monday Night Football used to be a huge deal, but the broadcasters have been struggling in recent years. So I want to ask you guys, do you think it can be fixed?
Monday Night Football, can it be fixed? Yes. Yes, I think it can. I think it's going to be hard, though. I think that just speaking transparently, I think ESPN had, under John Skipper, had created an environment that was pretty hostile to football. And I think they're digging out from underneath that. And so, I think they've been trying to fix their Monday Night Football problem, and that would be the beginning of fixing their football problem. And they took some big swings at Tony Romo and Peyton Manning, and I think that was appropriate for them to take those swings. But now I think they may have to go another direction and fix their football problem first and make ESPN a better place to celebrate the game of football, and then it'll be easier for them to hire a big-name person to head up their Monday Night Football deal. But I really think that ESPN has a problem celebrating the game of football. There's a lot of people there with a hostility towards football. They've been trying to clean it up and clean them out, and they need to continue on that path.
Valid points. Personally, I don't think that it's broken. I don't think that it needs this fix. I think what's happening is all of these changes are giving the perception that something is broken and needs to be fixed. I'm not a guy who has to watch the game on mute. I'm not one of these people that's on Twitter while the game is still going on, commenting negatively about all the commentating that they're hearing and missing the game while they're doing that. I will say this, that sometimes when you have all this turnover, this change, that it's the guy who continues to date and girlfriend after girlfriend. No matter what you think of the guy, you have to question, hey, is everything all right? Something wrong with you? And I've been that guy before. I've been engaged 4 times. Everybody thought I had a problem because I just kept moving on. But guess what? I'm fine. Look at me right now. The point of this is that sometimes the perception doesn't necessarily map on with the reality. They have a very adequate crew. Is it the best crew in the world? Is Romo on that crew? No. But even Romo took hail and fire before he became Romo-Stradamus. Like, before that, he was the guy that they were like outsider coming in. So I even think if you acquire Peyton Manning, we gonna chew him up and spit him out in the beginning as well. This is what happens. You get Peyton Manning there, you say, I thought he was funnier than that because you only got slices of Peyton Manning before. Now you're gonna have him every week for 3 straight hours. I just think the same thing happened with the Rams logo and its new unveiling. People are destroying it because it's something different and something new. I think that's what ESPN is really falling victim to.
Marcellus, I'm going to go all the way there with you because I agree with your sentiment. And it doesn't disregard my previous comments, but I agree with your sentiments. I'm a huge Booger McFarland fan. Huge. When Booger McFarland was doing a radio show late nights, I would on Sundays or on Mondays after NFL Sundays, I used to drive home from Las Vegas and be like, man, Booger McFarland, I love this dude. And it's slipping my mind. He was partnered with a guy who I follow as well on Twitter, but I can't recall his name right now. But I like both of them. Booger, to me, was brought out of the oven a little too soon. I think, and what you're basically saying is, hey, man, give Booger, Joe Tessitore, time to grow. That may be the solution, and that is kind of what I'm talking about in terms of you're trying to fix your Monday Night Football problem, and my suggestion is fix your Sunday through Saturday problem or the other 6 days of the week. Let Booger and Joe Tessitore continue to evolve and grow. I think Booger has some talent. I think he did struggle. He's a young guy, first time doing this, but I think he has a lot of talent. And I tend to agree with you, Marcellus. Our criticism is perhaps a bit over the top because the expectations for Monday Night Football are very high. And let's just be honest, Troy Aikman, Chris Collinsworth, Tony Romo, these guys, and Romo just as a rookie coming in or early in his career, have set a bar so high that I think it's very hard for anybody to meet that at this time. And you may just have to let some young people grow up on the job and see where they go from there. That might be the best solution.
Yeah, don't forget that while raising the bar that high, that we were killing them while they were raising the bar that high. And that's what happened. So you can't chase your tail on these situations. You have to groom them. You have to have conviction and allow it to blossom. People always criticize Booger, who I love, Joe. I used to call games with Joe in the Arena League in 2007. So I've certainly seen maturation from all parties involved. But people say, oh, they state the obvious. They're oversimplifying the game. Oh, like John Madden didn't used to tell you that two guys hit each other and go boom, like in Batman movies. Like, we get it. And he's one of the greatest. So why don't we endear the same guys and adore what they're doing, or at least be patient with your criticism, because you're going to look foolish and have to eat the crow sooner than later.
I do want to make this offer to Peyton Manning. We would gladly replace Darnell with Peyton Manning. And Peyton will be question today here on Speak for Yourself.
Come on, man. Hey, we all going to
Peyton. That offer's out there for you. All right, stick around. Rick Bucher's going to be here. We're going to talk some LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo MVP race.